Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to take you on how I achieve that beautiful look you just saw. So let's dive into this tutorial. So I first of all use my micellar water to cleanse the face with my cotton pad. Just apply the product on the cotton pad, then I clean the face. Then I went ahead to shave her brows using my razor blade to do that. So if you do not know how to do this, you can ignore this method. You can just use your scissors to just remove the excess hairs from the eyebrows, but if you can do this, you can still go ahead and do it. So as a beginner, you should go for something that you know you can do. So I went ahead again. I went in with my Dr. Rasha face cream. This is a very moisturizing face cream. This face cream serves as a skincare product, but I use it for my makeup when I do not want to use my moisturizer because it serves as a moisturizer on its own. So it's very nice. It makes the skin to be soft. You see that my client has acne all over her face, so I wouldn't want to be doing like too much. I don't want to use too much mattifying product on her face. So I went in with this Dr. Rachel's serum to just further hydrate the face. I wanted to film this skin prep video separately to upload, but I just thought that since the same thing is a full face makeup tutorial, so let me just do this. So after that, make sure to blend the product into the skin so it sits well into the skin. Then when you apply one product, you take your fan, you make sure it dries before you go in with another one. So I went ahead and used this my Get a Grip primer. This is also a hydrating primer. This is not a mattifying primer. This product also serves because I'm using all of this product because of the acne on her face. I wouldn't want to be using a very mattifying primer. It's going to cause a crack when I apply the foundation. So that is the reason why I'm taking my time to prep her face, so before I go in with my foundation. So just make sure to blend in the product before you go in. So the reason why I use this mattifying primer is this is not a very high this is not a high-end mattifying primer. This is just, I use it on the eyebrows mainly because the eyebrows tend to have oil when I have finished drawing there, so I wouldn't want that to happen. So I just apply it on only the eyebrows. So I went in with my foundation, my Avour foundation, mix those three shades, get her exact shade since I don't have her shade in one bottle. So make sure you mix. It's not necessary that you must use a bottle that's a particular foundation shade. You can just mix to get what you're looking for. Okay, so just make sure that you blend with a very fluffy beauty sponge. This my beauty sponge is very fluffy, and I make sure it is washed at all times, like it's one of my favorite. Okay, so I go into blend. I take my time to blend, like I'm not in a hurry. I don't know where we are hurrying to, so you don't have to be in a hurry. Just take your time to blend this product into the face. Blend it so it sits right into the face, so it look as if it's the skin. Okay, so you see I'm taking my time to blend. So you take your time. As a beginner, take your time to blend. If you're a beginner, just take your time to blend your product into the skin. Don't be in a hurry. Okay, just blending your foundation, and that is it. So you see how I'm extending it towards her neck. I wouldn't want to go overboard, like all over her neck, so I'm just doing it in a very moderate way. I'm not being too harsh, I'm just being light-handed. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. Just watch me as I finish blending. So as I was saying, take your time to blend. So after that, I'm going to be using this my V Beauty concealer. This is my V Beauty concealer, and this is a shade lighter than the actual foundation I just used. So you should use a shade that is one shade just lighter than the foundation, or two shades lighter, so you'll be able to blend it so you don't leave a white cast on the face. So you see how I'm applying it on her eyes, her forehead, the chin. So after that, I'm going to take my time to blend with my very fluffy brush, fluffy sponge. Okay, my beauty blender, if that's what you know it by the name. So you see how I'm blending, just extending it towards eyes. I'm just making sure to get that glow. So you see I'm just taking my time to blend. Blending is the key in makeup application. Okay, blending is actually the key. So if you're not a fan of blending, you should become a fan of blending. Okay, So I blend in, I blend in, take my time to blend in my product because that is what I've learned during the course of my makeup training and all that. And as a makeup artist training others too, I see that blending is a key to makeup. Okay, so I go ahead and take my time to blend. You see how I'm blending. So I'm going to just take the beauty sponge and I just say, okay, I'm going to be doing a little bit of blush, that is wet blush. I've not been doing that for a very long time. The longest time I haven't done that because sometimes when I do this, it tends to leave a crack on the face. I don't know, it depends on the blush I'm using, so that I always go ahead to make sure I use the dry one instead of this wet one. So I'm going to just go ahead to blend in the blush. You see, I don't do too much blush because I'm not actually a fan of blush, okay? But if that's what my client wants, I always give them what they ask me for, okay? So I go ahead to just blend as usual. I think I should just make up a song and start using it to sing as blending game in the makeup craft, okay? Okay guys, so let's continue. So after blending, I went ahead to contour the nose. I used a darker foundation to just contour her nose. I just like the effect that the wet contour does to the face before I go in with my dry contour. You see, so that after that, I'm going to be using that my Airspun setting powder to just set the areas I highlighted before I go ahead to bake. So I set the areas I highlighted under her eyes, her forehead, her chin. So just take your time to set it. So after setting, I went ahead to bake because after this process, I'm going to just take the powder to set the remaining part of our face. So I'm using my V-Beauty powder to set the remaining part of our face. So just watch this process. Makeup is really like an easy craft. Like in all the crowd that I've seen, I've come to realize that makeup is the easiest. That is, if you pay attention to what you're learning, if you pay attention to your craft, pay attention to what you're being taught, you're going to get it, or you're going to just grab it. So it's not that you don't have to force yourself. Like, just give yourself enough time. Give yourself, be patient with yourself. Do not be in a hurry to just master the craft in 1 month, in 2 months. Just take your time. Even if it takes you 2 years to master it, okay, that is you. Everybody is not the same. Everybody's journey is not the same. So be patient with yourself. Do not be in a hurry, okay? So I went ahead to just further bake the face. I baked the face with my Airspun setting powder. I'm going to list all the products I use in the description bar, so in case you want to purchase, it will be easier for you to purchase, okay? So every product will be in the description bar, so just do well to make sure to go over there to get all the products. So I went in with my Viage eyeshadow base. So I wanted to zoom in this look so you see the eyeshadow I'm creating in this look. A very beautiful eyeshadow. So just watch me as I create this. So I use my Viage eyeshadow base to just set the base for the eyeshadow. Eyeshadow base, set the base. You can set the base as high as you want, but this is how I like to do mine. I just make sure that sometimes it doesn't pass her crease. As if she opens her eyes, that line that comes when you open your eyes, that is your crease. So I make sure that the base doesn't pass the crease. So it depends on the eyeshadow look I'm planning to create. So you see how I'm taking my time to do this. So you can take your time to do this. Take your time, as much time as you want. So after that, I went in with my V-Beauty powder. That's my V-Beauty powder. I use a very brown shade for our transition. I also use it to smoke the end, and then I use it for our transition. Then I contour the nose with the same brown shade because that is the color. That is the powder, this thing that I like to use. If you can use a regular brown shade of eyeshadow to do this, but I prefer to use my powder because it gives me the effect that I want, okay? You can use any eyeshadow that is brown in color to do this, but this is what I like to use. You can equally use it as well since it's going to give you the same effect as well. So I went ahead and smoked the end, then I transition. That is, I set the area for the eyeshadow to pop. So when I apply the eyeshadow, you're going to be seeing the color that I used in the eyeshadow application. Okay, so I went in with my Romanky eyeshadow. This is just like this is a regular eyeshadow I got. No, I got this eyeshadow from my tutor when I was learning. So this eyeshadow has literally served like 2 years or 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. This eyeshadow should be about 2 years or 3 years. You see, it's still serving me. So any product you're planning to buy, just buy a good product that will last you as long as possible, as long as it does not expire. Like, it's not going to expire in a year or in 2 years. Some product takes like 3 years to expire, so you can just go for such product. Or if you're someone that always makes use of your eyeshadow, you're going to get finished, so you're going to equally buy more along the way. So you see, I went in with this beautiful color. I was just trying to create something entirely different in this eyeshadow look. I've not created something like this for my channel, so I decided to go with this. I went to this nude shade, and then I went in with this a lighter nude shade for the inner corners of our eyes. So just watch me as I do this. This is the easiest eyeshadow you can try. Like, nude eyeshadows are the easiest to implement, that is to try. So if you are a beginner, you should begin with this nude eyeshadow before you start thinking of going for those colorful eyeshadows, so that you'll be able to blend, so that you don't look scary. Like when you apply the eyeshadow, you begin to look as if it's not beautiful enough or it's not okay. So just go for mild colors that you know that you can control. So this is a very beautiful eyeshadow. This is a beautiful eyeshadow that you can try. So if you have a client, or if you want someone that you want to practice this on, this is a very beautiful eyeshadow. So you see that I took my time to create this look. So I didn't cut off any part of this look. I just took my time to just create this perfect look for you guys, for you beginners. So you see what I'm talking about. So I went in again with my darker shade of brown powder. That's the darker shade of the brown powder to further smoke the end, so the eyeshadow is going to pop. So I went in with this liquid liner. Like, this liquid liner, it's been a while I tried using my liquid liner, so I said I'm going to try this technique today. So I went in with this blue color. This is just like a regular liquid liner. You can get any liquid colorful liner. It mustn't be that it must be this product, because I can't even seem to remember the name of this liquid liner, because I think the name has cleaned off from the body, so I can't even remember again. So guys, I'm not going to leave it in the description bar because I can't actually remember the name. Okay, just like a regular liquid liner. So I use that white and blue color just to give that eyes that effect. Like, it's beautiful, isn't it beautiful? Like, he's giving everything it should give. Like, it's very beautiful. But you can choose to draw your brows before doing your eyeshadow, but this is just like a trending technique that everybody has been doing, and it's really helping me. Like, I love the technique. It doesn't mean that you have to go with the trend, that is anything that is happening, you have to go with it. Just go with anything, any process that works for you. Just stick to that process. So I realized that this process works for me. So that's why you see that I'm doing it. I'm not doing it because it's trendy, but it works for me. I've been doing it, and if you watch my recent videos, that's the process that I've been using, and it has been working for me. So this is my Karite eyeliner. I use this Karite eyeliner to line my eyes always. I don't use the liquid, but sometimes when I tend to use the liquids, because maybe if I'm using glitters on the eyes, all through is glitters. So you see that sometimes when I line, it's going to be pulling off the glitters from the eyes. So that's when I use my liquid liner, but my gel liner does the magic for me. So I line that on the eyes. You can choose to extend your liner, like just give it that winging at the inner corner of the eye, but I just want it to be this way. I don't want to wing it out. So this is how I just want it to be. So take your time. If your client has a teary eyes, like when you're applying the eyeliner, you know if your client has a teary eyes, it's going to be tearing up. Just hold on a bit, then you try again. So I went in with that brown shade to further smoke the underliner that I did. So this is just like this is what they call, this is a wax. This is just an eyebrow wax, a regular eyebrow wax. I'm going to leave the name of this product on the description bar also, so in case you want to purchase. But you can use any regular eyebrow wax for this. I just use it to tame the hairs, so the hair slips when I'm going to be drawing the brows. So I used my Davis pencil. This is the number Davis pencil in number 18 to draw. If she's a very dark person, I'll use the number 3 because the number 3 is a bit darker and it's going to appear when I'm drawing the brows. So I used the number 18 to draw her brows, and I did the remaining off camera. Sorry guys, I did the remaining off camera, but I have a very detailed eyebrow tutorial on my channel. So if you want to know how I do my brows, just I will link I'll link the video of the eyebrow tutorial on the comment section, so you go over there to watch that video so you see how I draw my brows and strokes and all that. Okay, so I went in to highlight the brows using my Ferarucci concealer palette. You can use any concealer palette or any single concealer that you have, but that is the product I have and that's what I have at the moment and that's what I use. So I went ahead to highlight her eyebrows. I'm going to do the same for the other, as you see. So I've done the same for this side, so I'm just blending. I actually learned this key, like using the end of my brush to just blend off the part. I did an online class for free, so that's where I learned that trick. You should implement it. It's like it really works, but you can just equally use a blending brush to do this. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to use the end of your brush. Okay, so I went ahead to use the foundation of our color to highlight the up of the brows. So I went in with this purple. This is just like a purple lip liner from the Blossom lip palette. That's the lip palette I normally use all the time, the Blossom lip palette. So I just use it to line her lips. I wanted to create something different. I've been using brown all the time. Why? So guys, I decided to go for this purple lip liner to just give you some kind of effect. Okay, so after using that purple liner to line the lips, I went in with a new shade and I'm blending. But you see that my client has really, like, her lips are a little bit big. She doesn't have a small lip. Okay, but you can tend to use, it's always better for you to use a brown liner for someone that has big lips. Like if someone that has big lips, it's better use, because that brown liner will help to just kind of hide and make the lips a bit smaller. But since I already started this process and I wanted to film something different, so went ahead with it. You see, so you make sure to blend your liner and the color, the next color you have applied. You see how I blended the two colors together, so you don't see where the liner starts and where it ends. So I just make sure to blend. I'm still blending to make sure that I get that effect that I want. So I'm just applying other shades. Like this lip tutorial, you can equally try different nudes to just get what you want. It mustn't necessarily mean you must do this particular one that I'm doing. So I'm just showing you how you can do other lip process. Okay, so I went in with the white color from the same Blossom lipstick palette. So I just applied it just to give the lips again another pop, and you see how it's popping. It's popping, right? It's popping. Like I love the effect it's giving. Like she's coming already transformed. Like she's loving her look. Like you need to see off camera. If I should include the BTS of this shoot, you see that it's so hilarious. Okay, so I went ahead to just for that line. See, I blended. So I went ahead to remove every excess from under the lips and just make sure that the lips are even. Okay, so you see how beautiful she looks gorgeous. So I went ahead to just blend in the excess powder, remove all the excess setting powder, brush up with my View Beauty powder palette. You should know by now that View Beauty is my go powder palette, and that's what I use and it works for me. So you can use any regular powder that you have, single palette, anyone that works for you. You can use anyone that works for you. Okay, since I didn't really wanted this video to be so long, I do not actually like so many long videos, so that you see that the makeup process is very easy and short, and it's something that you can do for your work. Like when you're going to work, you're going to school, something that you can try. So I use my brown powder to just further contour her nose, to get her nose snatched. And the nose is snatched, isn't it? Snatched, it's snatched, baby. So take your time to blend, like I said. So I went in to do a little bit of blush. I just applied blush on her cheekbones. You can choose to do more, like you can apply more blush, more is good, but minimal works for me. So I went ahead and I applied this blush, and it's giving what it should give. Like, it's giving, the look is giving, right? So let's go ahead. So after applying my blush, I'm going to go over, just use my powder for her contour. I contoured her forehead. I just do a little, just a little. So okay. So guys, please do not forget to like, do not forget to comment, do not forget to share. Please like this video so that it's going to go, like, a lot of people are going to come across it to watch also. Okay, please do not forget to leave beautiful comment for me when you watch this look. When you come across this video, leave a beautiful comment for me. I would so much appreciate it. Okay, so I use my Favour highlighter to just add some glow to the face, and see how I added just to the high points of her face, her chin, her forehead, her nose. Those are the areas you can add your glow to be. You can add as much as you want, depends on the look you're trying to create, but I do not do too much. I just go with a vibe. I just go minimal. Okay, you don't have to do too much all the time. Don't have to do too much all the time. So after adding the glow to her face, you see how the face is already popping. I don't just create that line, I just make sure that I blend in the glow so that there are no harsh lines at the end. Okay, so I went ahead to use this mascara. This is the Zara, no, I think this is the Blossom mascara. I'm going to link the name of the product on the description bar too. So I use just use it to just blush. Sometimes when I do the mascara, it tends to get stained on the face, so I wouldn't want that to happen due to the client always blinking her eyes. So I normally use this to just prevent any stain from touching the face. So I'm just using this normal regular human hair lashes. That's what I use for this look, and it came out so beautiful. Like, you can tend to face your eyelashes earlier than fixing it at the end, but this is how it works for me, because some clients, the eyes are so teary that when you face the eyelash like on time, it tends to make the eye bring tears all the time. So I wouldn't want that to happen. So that's why. So I went ahead to spray her face with the Q's Beauty setting spray. That's my Q's Beauty setting spray. That's what I use to set the face always. And this is the finished look. So beautiful. Like, I'm in love. Are you in love with this look? Did you love this look? I filmed the after look with my Ethnicity Pro, as I said before, and it came out so beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you reach this point, that means you watch this video to the very end. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I'll see you again on another video. Bye. Mwah.